This is the question and answer video number 3 for Dryft City Kyngs. I'm Magic Dweedu, and this is Cel Fontaine, the artist on Dryft City Kyngs.
G'day. Yeah, you mate.
Alright, so, big news. The game's out now on Steam. And so is the soundtrack on Steam and Bandcamp. And you can get them both in a bundle for a discount. Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty cool.
We are doing a design competition. What's the details? Do you have the details for me?
Do you have the deets?
The deets. Okay, so what we did was we left a couple of slots for sick rides in the game, and we thought it'd be really fun to get everyone who is a little bit creative to have a shot at designing a sick ride. So we're doing a design ride contest. Basically what it is you have to make up an idea, do a little doodle of a sick ride, and then we're gonna have a look at all of them, vote as a team, and 2 winners will get their ride put into the game. Everyone can drive around in it. Pretty cool. So you'll be immortalized inside the game.
Mm-hmm. So there's going to be 2 winners, so we'll put 2 cars into the game, and then 2 runners-up, right? And then we're going to give away some little prizes.
Some goodies.
Yep. Sick. Actually, when this video comes out, this will actually be live, so...
Oh, nice.
As in the contest thing will be open, and you can submit a sick ride design. Alright, question 1. From Dogamane. The Ancient Horror. The question is
this game made by gamers for gamers?
It's kind of a joke question, but this is a good question because it's something I kind of had in mind when we were making the game. My answer is that it's made by some extent of gamer for some extent of gamer. It's not like a hardcore gamer game. When we were designing the game, we were favoring being able to play through the whole game regardless of how skilled you are, rather than hitting a wall because you can't beat a part of the game because it's too hard.
Yep.
So I apologize to all gamers that this game is not really, truly a gamer's game. The game doesn't really care if you lose or do bad. It just continues on, and there's no real consequences for doing that. Because it's a story, we want the player to be able to actually experience the whole story and not get stuck because they're not good enough. I guess in races and stuff, it's if you do good, you get rewarded more. But if you do bad, it's not, you don't really lose anything.
Yeah.
Alright, next question.
Yeah. Number 2, from Scarfcat.
Does the game, by chance, take place in the same world as New York?
That one is for you, Dweets.
It doesn't.
End of question.
Yeah, the short answer. Similar vibe with the art style, I guess. And when I started making Dryft City, I was thinking if people liked New Ice York, they would definitely like Dryft City, because that's probably the closest in style to the game. But it's not the same world.
Yep.
Even though they both do share a character. Alright. Next question. Mikey SNES asks,
where did the inspiration for the game come from? It seems wildly tame in comparison to the themes of some of the other games, but at the same time, way more relatable.
And that's fair because it's supposed to be relatable, because all my stuff previously had nothing to do with anything. Dryft City Kyngs is just me having a sook, basically, about... Well, it's funny now because it's hard to find work, and I guess complaining about being employed is probably not a good look these days. But it's kind of just all the silly, stupid stuff you come across in office work and retail as well. The inspiration for the game just comes out of dumb shit at work, to put it simply. Yeah, just corporate silliness and just silliness in the world in general. That's just the broad thing, and there's a lot of jokes from real life in the game, and a lot of it isn't even exaggerated. I guess it was just venting frustrations. Next question from Tailspinner.
For each team member, who's your personal favourite NPC in Dryft City Kyngs?
Let me just start with Raymond, because that's what she just texted me. Her favourite is Philly. She wrote,
because he's so cute, has a tote bag, and always wants the latest tech.
I don't know if many people will find him in the Mogu store in the game, but he hangs around the Mogu store sometimes, and he always wants a new Mogu book. What about you?
It's tough. Maybe just Inky purely because it's the first character I probably had more involvement in designing. So he's a little bit like nostalgic for me. He's also just like a cool dude with like tats, and he just like stands out as a character. But I also just like the ODC guy. I don't know why I feel like he stands out again because he's just so like dull compared to everyone else. Is like, I'm blue, like I'm bright, you know, like bright freaking colors and shit. And then there's this dude who's like, we're gonna do things by the book, fellas. Sign this paperwork. It's just funny him being like polarized opposite of like everything else in the game. Yeah.
He's like a pure admin being. Good choice. I actually didn't even think about him. See, because he's so grey. Like, it just... I was going to say Inky as well. But, you know, I'll pick Lozzie instead. Because Lozzie is a chill bear, and he's a very kind-natured bear. And he has a cool Hawaiian shirt and a Legionnaires hat later in the game. And what? He's running a crystal healing business? He's a little entrepreneur. He gets out there and tries his best. So he's a cool guy.
Yeah. So Dylan asks,
What are a few examples of obstacles you faced with programming the game? How did you solve them? And did any of the solutions make new concepts or ideas that became something else in the game?
Kind of like the open world thing. Like it's the game in the end is a lot less open world than it was when I started, for good reason. But yeah, I kind of had to figure out how to make a proper open world game and have the game like keep track of where each character is at what time, things like that. The solution for that one was basically making it less open world by focusing on an actual story, like just a linear set of missions. That kind of was my way of making the game a bit more coherent. What I said with the turning the game into more of a linear story rather than an open world focus, that was the new concept or idea that was a result of the problem, which the problem was open world games are fucking too big for one person to be making on their own.
Yeah. I think just like the more open it was, like the more variables and the more like opportunities for things to just go like chaotic, like
yeah. And it's like exponential. The more open you have it, like just the more combinations of things can go wrong. So it was good to like rein it in.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like The Office is the example of... The Office was like probably the first big thing I made in the game when it was supposed to be more open world. The Office was actually going to be a lot more involved. Like there was going to be a lot more features in The Office. Like you were going to be able to, like an employee, the payroll employee would go to lunch and you could like sit at their computer and reroute payments and stuff. that was like the main thing I wanted to have in The Office, but it just became like way too complicated to like have employees moving around and like acting like real people. It was too much. Next question. The Mutant Space Dancer asking,
got any interesting dropped concepts or cut content
that for one reason or another didn't make it into the final game? This is a good one. There's a lot of cut stuff. I can't remember all of it. So like vaping was going to be an entire thing in the game. But the thing, so there's still like remnants of some of these features in the game. So you might see like random items that you're not really supposed to see, but they're just left in. So you can see like vape mods. I think they're left in. I don't think you can get it, but the whole thing with vaping in the game was going to be like you could customize your vape. You could like get different pieces. I even researched because I don't vape. I don't know what the hell is going on with them. But I did a bit of research, watched some YouTube tutorials, and like you were gonna be able to get like vape mods and different tanks, and there was something else like the batteries, the specific batteries that vapes use, and you're gonna be able to like customize your vape, and it was going to like have effects on your stats, and it was gonna blow smoke out like from the first person view or some shit like that. It was way too involved. So that was cut because I decided I want to go for like a lower rating. So anything to do with like smoking, including vapes, is just messes up your rating.
Australian rating board is like a bit of nanny. They're a little bit nanny state, I feel like.
We did double standards going on, I guess. But someone said like if you have in a game like a cigarette and it gives like a positive result or effect of smoking, like you regain health or something, so it encourages you to use the cigarette, then that's like instant fucking ban, apparently. So I was like, oh shit, I'm just gonna remove all like smoking references and including vapes. There is an illegal cigarette item, but it's specifically illegal and you can't use it. That's just world building. But two things. So there used to be a lot more stats in the game because it was like open world. There was a stress stat, and it would just slowly rise when you were in the office. And that's what the silk diaper item was going to be. You were going to wear it in the office to reduce your stress because it's like feels nice. And so vaping was going to like affect all these stats, and oh man, it was silly. There was stats, there were accolades as well. That it was like you could have a senior accolade or like a charm accolade. This is really early, and it would just affect how people interact with you in the office. There's another example of how the office was going to be really in depth. Scrapped all of that shit. It's just too much. I personally don't care for like all these stats. It's just I don't want to think too much when I play games. Another thing about the vapes was when I started, it's like 2020. It was supposed to be like satire on what the world was going to be in a couple of years' time. Not expecting to have to work on the game for almost the same amount of time as it would have been in the game, if that makes any sense. So like it was going to be like 5 years in the future, but by the time the game's finished, there's like a year and a half left, and it's supposed to be like modern day. When I started, vapes were kind of like gaining popularity, but during development, they've been like regulated and stuff now, and I don't know, it just changed. And same with the pricing of the items in the game. This is a bit of a tangent, but this is funny to me. When I started making the game, I priced shit based on like more expensive than they were on the current day. And then now, when you look at the pricing of items, I had to update like heaps of them 3.5 years later, because the joke price was actually less than the actual true price of that thing now.
Oh.
Isn't that fucked up? Yeah, so like bubble tea, for example, was like $6 in the game, and then now you're paying $10-12 for it in real life.
Thank God you can't buy a house in the game.
But I think the vapes is like one of the biggest things I dropped from the game. Didn't really want to, but it was for the greater good. Can't think of any other like big thing. There's a lot of small things that were dropped, but
I thought of one. It's like funny and maybe not appropriate. The cyber condom.
yeah, that's one. That's a good one. Yeah, the mod mock.
The mod mock.
Did you know what the deal was for it? Like,
vaguely, and we drew it.
Yeah.
And like it's got a final asset and stuff, but it's not in the game.
It's still in the game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still in the game. I didn't remove barely any items that needed to be removed. I don't know if you can get it, but I think you can. I think you get it from the server actually, but there's no point to it. So this was Raymond's idea actually. There was going to be like a cyber transmitted disease. So if you used technology, there was like going to be sometimes there would be an event that's like, oh shit, there's a CTD going around, cyber transmitted disease. Be careful like when you use your laptop, and if your laptop was infected and you used it, you would get a cyber transmitted disease, and it would like turn your skin grey, and people would like, it would be like Animal Crossing when you get stung by the bees. People would react to you, be like,
oh my god, did you get like a cyber disease or something? You alright?
Yeah, it was a whole thing again. And the mod mock item, the cyber condom thing, was like, you were supposed to use it to protect you from CTD. So when you wanted to use your laptop, you had to use the condom, the cyber condom, else you would get a cyber disease if there was one going around. Again, it's a really funny idea. I like it, but I had to cut it because it was kind of like, it was more of a hindrance than it wasn't worth the joke, you know? That's one of the main reasons why I cut stuff, is like,
this isn't worth it for the joke.
Yeah,
you know?
Or it's like not funny enough for like the effort to actually like implement it as a feature. Like you go, is this actually gonna like, is this worth the amount of time?
Last question, and you can answer this one.
So
who's the worst driver in Dryft City?
I'm gonna have to say BJ is, just purely based on his smug fucking face. He just looks way too confident in himself, and I feel like if I was burning rubber with him, no chance. Floor him, worst driver.
He's too cocky. He'd be driving like an Audi and you know, skipping lanes on the freeway. That's who BJ is.
Yeah, not looking, and crashing.
Yeah, just cutting you off.
Yeah. No indicator.
I agree, BJ. There's still a bunch of things that we want to put in the game. We just didn't have time, and they weren't necessary for launch. But we are planning on doing a big update with like extra features, extra things. I want to do like a sound test jukebox in the Eternity Zone, for example. Cool little things. Sal's going to do some cool art. So that's coming. Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for listening again to the Q&A 3 video. Dryft City Kyngs is out now. You don't have to wait anymore. Go, get it on Steam. Get it in the bundle. You get the awesome soundtrack. It's the best soundtrack ever made. No question about it. You can get the soundtrack on Bandcamp as well, on its own. If you like drawing and cars, then draw us a crazy car. We'll put the details in the description on how to submit it. You can get your cool car into Dryft City, and that'll be in the content update as well.
Yeah. And just to stress, you don't have to be a pro artist or anything.
Yeah.
We just want some, you guys to come up with some fun, wacky ideas. So, if you're thinking about it, if you've got something funny, an idea, just chuck it in. I'd love to see it. Just do it. Be brave.
It's about the design, not the art itself. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Yeah! Well, see you later!
See ya!